Hello everyone, I'm Trey Rich and you're watching The Buzz. On today's show we have Jillian Shea Spader. From The Voice we have Worth the Wait. In our Artist Spotlight we have Harm Franklin. And then from This Is Us and When They See Us we have Asante Black. Let's start the show.
Hey, I'm Jillian Shea Spader and let's get buzzed.
First up, we have Jillian Shea Spader, who is best known from Disney's XD's Walk the Prank. She just dropped some new music and will soon star alongside Isla Fisher and Jillian Bell in Godmother on Disney+. Let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Jillian Shea Spader.
I'm sitting in a parked car. This guy next to me is lighting his whole car on fire while I sit in mine.
Originally I started with just music. My whole childhood I was singing and playing guitar and piano and all of that fun stuff. And then I started doing theater and then it slowly turned into screen acting. It's nice because I've been getting to do a lot more projects that I get to do both in, which has been fun. That's probably my favorite, is getting to do both at the same time. Yeah, my music inspirations are like Tori Kelly, The Beatles, Ed Sheeran, like very real feeling, heartfelt, true emotion music. And I think that kind of bled through a little bit into mine at times. Like even like John Mayer and stuff. I love acoustic guitars and singer-songwriter vibes, so. So over quarantine, I wrote a lot and put out a couple songs, I think. I put out a song called I Don't Know that I recorded live and then we just uploaded it. So I wrote it and I went inside and I was like, Dad, I want to put this on Spotify. And he was like, okay. So I like sang it and played it live and then it was uploaded within 30 minutes of me writing it. But that one was really fun. I did a song called Worth My Time. That's a bit more like rocky. There's like an electric guitar in it. So that's pretty fun. And then the third one I put out during quarantine is called 343. And I wrote it right before quarantine and then released it during. I write a lot that is kind of stories that I make up in my head. So I'll find myself like, obviously I'm an actor, so I take a lot of like the roles that I audition for and different parts that I'll play, and I'll start the song off of that. And then here and there's little lines that like, I'm sure subconsciously in my brain, I'm like, ooh, that's about that drama. But I think for the most part, it's just stories that I make up in my head or stuff that happened to my friends or roles that I'm playing and what happens to them. But there's bits and pieces that are drama.
Got nothing to prove, nothing to gain. Couldn't see clear until I walked away.
Godmothered was so much fun to work on. Isla and Jillian were the best, and Mary Elizabeth and the whole cast. Everyone was so wonderful to work with, and it was a really cool set because there were a lot of like really cool powerhouse women and females in charge. We had a female director, female writers, producers. Like there were so many women who were so inspiring and wonderful that it was a great set to be on. So Godmothered is about a fairy godmother named Eleanor, who is Jillian Bell, and she's a lot younger than the other fairy godmothers, and she finds this card to get to be a fairy godmother of, and it turns out she shows up and the girl who is supposed to be 12 is actually a mom to me. And the whole story is just about how everybody can find their happily ever after, and that it might be in different forms or different ways, and it doesn't necessarily have to be Prince Charming or what it's supposed to be. So everybody just has a great relationship with the godmother, and it's very family-centered and fun and very silly. This and my last role were actually total opposite ends of the spectrum, and I'm probably right in the middle of the two. My last role was a Disney XD show called Walk the Prank, and my character was very like sassy, all around boys, like has no problem standing up to anybody, total extrovert. And then Jane in Godmothered is very introverted and just kind of quiet. And I'm kind of like right in the middle of the two of them, which is funny.
When are you working on your new album? Are we going to get new songs? Is it going to be some of the old songs compiled on there? Is it going to be all straight new stuff, or where?
Yeah, it'll probably be the 3 that I released during quarantine, and probably 1 or 2 before that as well, and then about 5 or 6 new ones. My Instagram is where I'm most active. My account is Jillian Shea Spader, JILLIANSHEASPAEDER, and all my other socials are in my bio, but I have YouTube, Twitter, do I have anything else? TikTok.
'Cause you and me could talk. You and me could write about the places we have been, the things that we have been through. You and me. You and me could. You and me could never be the same. 'Cause what's gone has been erased. You and me.
Hi, I'm Jillian Shea Spader, and you've just been buzzed.
You can get 3:43 a.m., I Don't Know, and Worth My Time on all streaming platforms. And Release for Godmother should be known any day now. After the break, we have mother-daughter trio, Worth the Wait, up next. What's up, guys? We're back. The 19th season of The Voice is here and on its way to start the battle rounds next week. All the teams have been filled with amazing artists last week, but there was one act that stood out, and that was mother-daughter trio Worth the Wait, comprised of Mia, JC, and Mama T, who got a 4-chair turn on their performance of Linda Ronstadt's When Will I Be Loved. We have them up next to tell us all about their emotional experience.
Hi, I'm JC, I'm 14. I'm Mia, I'm 15.
I am Mama T, and it's none of y'all business.
And we are Worth the Wait.
I've been cheated, been mistreated. When will I be loved? I've been put down.
I was a childhood performer, and I was raised in a musical family, and so I was hoping one day that I would have children that would enjoy music the same way that, I did and my family did. So I realized after I started having children that, they were bopping around to the beat, and it was kind of a natural thing for them. And I was like, yes, all right, wonderful. So as they started getting a little bit older, my older kids kind of decided they wanted to take it a different route, I guess you could say. And then here come my little caboose babies. And I had a trio. I had Sadie, Mia, and JC. And by the time JC was 2.5, she was already harmonizing. And so we just kind of started from there. I would say, hey, I'm going to hit a note and let's see if you can do it. So we would travel in the car to, to the beach, and we were harmonizing all the way there and all the way back. So it kind of was just, and then a little bit down the road, their dad passed away. And so music was very therapeutic for us. So the 3 sisters, I had them performing. Long story short, they went viral online. Big sister got married, had a baby, and Jackson is definitely the light of all of our lives, but he requires lots of attention. And so Sadie said, Mom, I can't do it, but I think you need to. And my first reaction was, no. I like to be on the other side. I'm all washed out,
No.
And that was my mindset at the time. So I had to tap back into my childhood performing days and just kind of step back in and say, you know what? I'm not going to let my girls down. I'm not going to let Sadie down. And so I stepped in, and the rest is history. It's just kind of taken off from there.
Softly and tenderly, Jesus is calling. calling for you and for me. See on the portals, he's waiting and watching, watching for you and for me. Come home, come home, ye who are weary, come home.
Well, Mom and Sadie have really similar voices and similar range. So Mom just picked up the alto part. She taught Sadie how to sing the alto part. So
there wasn't a big change. It just felt completely normal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when Sadie was watching the video and support you guys from afar and not being in the studio but still being there, how was that when you guys watched it back and saw the reaction?
Emotional, to say the least. It was for all of us. Of course, I'm emotional anyway, but I cried like a baby because I just, I love them so much. I love my children so much, and as a mom, I hurt for her.
Because she sacrificed a lot, and I'm glad she got to be there with us,
even though
virtually.
Yeah.
Is there a name of the group?
Worth the wait.
Worth the wait.
Worth the wait.
It was different because normally whenever you were performing, you feed off of the audience a lot, which luckily we had a virtual audience of 100 people with little screens up behind the coaches. So whenever the coaches turned, we could also look at all the people that were up behind them, and so
they were getting
they were dancing, and so that definitely helped. But I think it was also a challenge to not have the audience so close.
We sing a lot of a cappella, and so we're used to kind of even the music not being very loud, just us singing. And so I think it was probably not as hard on us as it was probably other performers, just because they are gigging with, like in bars and crowds and stuff like that. And we usually do it, at restaurants, karaoke, and on the street corner if we pass somebody and they're having a bad day and we're just like, you want us to cheer you up? Here we go, 1, 2, and then we just shoot out some a cappella something.
Crazy. It was so exciting, and I wanted to stop singing.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to
we want to stop. Go, hey, thank you, y'all. Thanks.
But we had to keep going. We had to finish out the song. And
now, JC, she might tell you a little story about what happened to her.
My gag reflexes took over, and so when the camera was angled on me, I was like, Mama, this is about to happen. I'm about to throw up on the voice stage. But it didn't.
I saw the fear in her eyes.
I did a whole turn on stage, which they didn't air, and I just reset myself. I was like, okay, let's do this.
So, in life, it doesn't matter what age you are. If you put in the hard work, eventually the universe will reward you. And if you put forth the effort and put your mind to something and just go for it and work really, really hard, it may not be on your own time, but eventually it will pay off and it will be totally worth the wait. And also, the girls, don't grow up so fast. In this world we live in, it's really quick. Everything's fast. And so I want them to understand that they are 100% worth the wait. They don't need to rush, to grow up too quick. So it's a combination, and it has multiple meanings to lots of people, but that's what it means for us.
You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Worth the Wait Music, and on Instagram and TikTok at W2W_music. We are Worth the Wait, and you've just been buzzed.
The Voice is on Monday and Tuesdays at 8 p.m. on NBC. Up next in our Artist Spotlight, we have Harm Franklin. Don't go anywhere.
Why you always gotta make me out?
Breakout artist Harm Franklin has taken the music game by storm with his new hit single Stunnin' alongside Curtis Waters that premiered in May. The track quickly garnered over 123 million streams on Spotify. We have him up next, so let's take a look.
Mercedes drip, CLS. They just guessing, I ain't convinced. She got a peach on her, but she ain't a princess. Yeah.
Like with Stunnin' and like how it went off, like it was just gonna go worldwide regardless. So I always felt like our sound, me and Curtis, like we always knew that if we wanted to be fully successful, you have to do it in America, because I feel like Canada will just follow whatever trend that America is already like running with. Like you look at Tory, he went to like Atlanta, Nav and them and went to LA, like Drake was in Houston, Memphis, all these places. So I feel like instead of us going there, this song just kind of put a stronghold there anyways, instead of us having to be there directly during COVID especially. But yeah, like I remember like 4 or 5 years ago, before like these labels people and like industry people, they'd always tell me that like, oh, it's gonna be a lot harder for you because you're brown, and in America there's a lot of like, you know, propaganda and like media stuff about terrorists, and it's gonna be a lot harder for you. But luckily with things like, you know, TikTok and just the power of the music, it really just neutralized that. And like people like Nav have been coming out that have made people a little bit more like, you know, hip to it, and like put some, I guess, grease in the gears for us to like just come in and be more cash and be all good. Because at the end of the day, it's just good music will always rise, you know. So I feel like that just like was a good advantage for us.
Why you always gotta make me out to be the bad guy? All this arguing and now you getting on my back. Hey, many in hell like that.
Low key with like Stunnin' how it popped off, I'm not, like me and Curtis talked about, like we're not sure that I would have even gone this way if the world wasn't in shutdown. Because, you know, especially at the beginning months, everyone was bored at home, can't do anything, everyone's on TikTok, you know, just being silly, messing around, you know. And then that was right when the song took off, so who knows, maybe the song wouldn't have even blown up the way it would have because of that. Because like otherwise we'd be doing like, you know, like Jimmy Kimmel and all these crazy like performances. Like their label was telling me that like it sucks, you can't do that. And in response I was like, yeah, but who knows if the song would have even gone this way if it wasn't for the quarantine and everything. So that, and as well after that, like, you know, you gotta, you know, like that Too Short song, you gotta get it while the getting's good. I was like, because the song was already going, and I've had so much music that I've been sitting on that I've spent so many years like doubting myself, not knowing if it's like really good, or like not knowing, oh, like maybe I don't got it. But when Stunnin' popped off, that really gave me the confidence that I needed to be like, oh, okay, like I wasn't crazy. Like this is good music that I have. Like this is something that people will connect with. So like Stunnin', I let it just like, you know, we let it go for a couple months, and then after that I was like, okay, I was like, now that that's like been established and like I'm not the crazy guy that thinks he's great, like it's proven now, let's start showing them what's up with me and who I am, you know.
When you have a song that's like Stunnin', that's like kind of like the signature, kind of kickstart your career or even puts a boost to your career, do you have a problem curating the next songs after that? Do they want another Stunnin'? Do I continue to do what I do? More money, more problems? Like how does that, you know, how do you come up with the next one? I think the second one's harder than the first one.
Yeah, I think I have songs that are like for sure better than Stunnin', which is like, you know, I've always thought we were just having fun with that. We were just like, you know, that's just how me and Curtis are. Like sometimes we'll make some really serious, like deep stuff, but sometimes, you know, like I said, we're layered guys, so sometimes we just want to have fun and make something like that for people to enjoy. Well, the way we got here is by being ourselves and like not trying to like be contrived. And you know, like when people would talk to me on the phone, like, you know, these label people stuff about Stunnin', one thing that they always said was, it doesn't feel like it was forced or contrived. It's so natural, you know what I mean? And that's what I feel like is like a lot of my songs are. It's just like a natural flow of how I really felt, or like how, like just how I was in that moment. So I feel like if we tried to make songs a certain way and we tried to like make like hits, it wouldn't come off as like smooth and like ourselves, you know? So I already know that like we made the hit because it was us. So like the more we just keep doing us, the more like people are gonna connect to it, because it's just authentic and they know it's, you know, it's not like we're trying to be something, or like we're not trying to make like part 2 of whatever songs that people already like. Well, yeah, so like I'm gonna drop these couple R&B songs. Like I'm dropping Teacher next with Ye Ali. He's in LA all the time too. Like you may have heard of him. He's pretty big out there. Yeah, he's a really great R&B artist. He writes for Chris Brown and like works with a lot of dope artists. So after these couple R&B songs, then it's gonna be like time to really dig into the Hounds project and like really start letting that go. We're looking to drop that one like April, May of 2021, because like I said, I go month by month. So these next like 2 months is gonna be R&B for sure, and then maybe even the third month, and then after that I'm gonna drop a couple more singles from the Hounds project because I already have the videos lined up, and then just give them the project and and then rinse and repeat, because I feel like now that I'm like, before I was scared about people not caring or like not like wanting to hear it, but now that I know that there's people ready, so it's like, okay, here you go, like grrr, like I'm gonna just keep dumping the clip, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just Harm Franklin anywhere. Keep it simple, like on Spotify, Harm Space Franklin. Instagram is Harm Franklin. SoundCloud, Twitter, anywhere you search up anything, Harm Franklin, I'll be there to keep you warm. Hey, my name is Harm Franklin, and you've just been buzzed. Bzzz.
Stunnin' is out now on Spotify. Don't forget to take a listen. It's a great song. We still have more show to go with Asante Black, so stay tuned. Asante Black is a young star that hit it out the park with his roles in NBC's This Is Us and Netflix When They See Us, where he receives critical acclaim portraying one of the Central Park 5 young men who were wrongfully accused and incarcerated for the attack of a white woman in Central Park, New York in 1989. Let's take a look.
That's where she got you?
Nah, man. I don't know nothing about it. A cop hit me in the park. I saw that. But tell me. I'm Tron. That's like Antron?
My name is Asante Black, and I'm an actor. When I was in freshman year of high school, I kind of just knew, my entire life I've been doing different plays and things like that, since I was basically like in the second grade, doing plays. And there was a little moment in time where I kind of took a break from it. But while I was taking that break, and it wasn't, anything on my part where I just didn't want to do it. It was just, the school that I went to, I moved schools and they didn't have a great theater program. So I had taken a break from it. But during that time, I was, feeling something inside me. Like I really wanted to get back on stage. I really wanted to get back acting. And, I was young at this time. It wasn't like I knew what that desire was or what that burning passion was, but I just knew, I wanted to start acting again. And so I did, I told my parents, and they kind of found this camp for me in DC, like, I guess the summer before I was going into my freshman year. And I did that camp. And I remember, my mom always says this, but she said that, when she saw me on stage that year for the first time in a long time, she saw my eyes light up in a way that she hadn't in a minute, And so I think that was really what sparked it, because I was a little older at the time, just coming in my teens, 14 at the time. And I was, really, really passionate about it. And I think that it was that moment, where I kind of said to myself, well, I know that I really feel like I want to do this, for the rest of my life. So why not commit myself to it? And I kind of just, started learning as much as I could on my own, buying acting books, watching movies all the time. And, got my first agent, started auditioning, and, then 4 years later, now we're here.
Hey, do you have any tests today? What if we skip school? I'm serious. I could show you my Philly.
I don't know. I mean, I want to.
Then go with that.
You really not getting off?
Yeah, I put a lot of myself into all of my characters. I think that all of my characters, they all have a little bit of me in them. Malik, we would definitely be friends in real life, you know. I feel like I take more of my charismatic side and put it into him, because, you know, I can be charismatic, but I can also be real mellow if I don't know you and just not talk, you know. And I can also be, you know, sensitive and vulnerable, just like you see Kevin Richardson in When They See Us, you know. I don't know. I try to make him as separate from myself as much as possible, but a lot of the time, you know, I see myself blending into him almost as if we're like, it's like half me and half of this creation that I've come up with, and that's how you get Malik. So we are covering COVID. We want to make sure that we're staying up to date with real times, and we're allowing, you know, I guess the audience to feel like they can relate to something, especially in, you know, these times where everything is so uncertain. You know, everybody needs something to lean on, somebody to lean on. So we want to try to be that something to lean on in this time. With Malik specifically, I think that, you know, audiences will definitely get a treat out of Malik and Randall's budding friendship. They're definitely going to have some more screen time together this season. And, you know, it'll definitely be a treat, especially coming from where we came from last season, where Randall wasn't necessarily so sure about Malik, but now he's starting to warm up to him. I feel like I've been so lucky coming out the gate with, you know, When They See Us and This Is Us being my first two projects, because, you know, on both sets, people have told me, you know, you're not finding another set like this, you know, where everybody is, you know, so, you know, works so well together, and like there's no egos, and everybody truly does operate almost as a big family. You know, they told me that on both sets. You know, this is like a 1 in a million thing out here in Hollywood. I mean, me being young and just coming to the industry, you know, I was expecting, you know, things to be, you know, a little more shaky, I guess. But, you know, it's been real stable, and it's always such a fun time when I get to come on the set and see these guys. You know, we are laughing behind the scenes. You know, we are taking videos of each other and and rap battling and doing all these different things, you know, on set. So it's always a good time. But, you know, I feel like This Is Us that really pays attention to the actors of the cast. So while we are able to have that fun, when they say cut, you know, as soon as they say action, then it's game face on. It's game time. Let me see. Well, I got a couple of things that I want to be able to announce. You're going to be able to announce them soon, though. There's some big things that I got in the bag. Of course, This Is Us is going to continue. You're going to continue to see Malik and Randall, but you know, keep on the lookout for a couple of notices about me being cast in some things that I think y'all will enjoy. What's up? My name is Asante Black, and you have just been buzzed.
You can catch This Is Us Thursdays on NBC, and When They See Us is streaming now on Netflix. We'll be back soon to end this show. That's all we have. Special thanks to Asante Black, Worth the Wait, Harm Franklin, and Jillian Shea Spader. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and double tap us on Instagram, all at Buzz_Access. Shout out to all those who got out to vote, giving Joe Biden the most votes ever for a person running for president, and also a good showing for the Republican Party. This election has been very decisive in political views, but still shows that democracy works. Hopefully, we can heal emotionally and come together and fight the battle against the coronavirus. I'm Trey Rich. Love and light to you all.
I'm sitting in a parked car. This guy next to me is lighting his whole car on fire while I sit in mine. I'm waiting on the long haul.
For more stories and extended clips, go to theBuzzAllAccess.com. I'm Trey Rich, and you've just been buzzed.